After years of silence, the Cashmere airdrop is officially back on the radar, and in this video we will show you how to qualify for the Cashmere Exchange airdrop and completely for free with this step-by-step airdrop tutorial. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into it. And straight from the get-go, we are on the Cashmere website, my friends, and for those who don't know, we farmed this airdrop a few years back, or I think a couple years back, on the AltCryptoTalk YouTube channel. And for those who did follow this airdrop tutorial, you should have got yourselves some limited edition NFTs. However, if you are brand new to Cashmere, don't worry guys, although you may not have the NFTs and you may not get the biggest airdrop possible, you can still qualify for this free crypto airdrop by following a few simple tasks. And if you go over to Cashmere guys, you can see that they've been more active recently over on their X page, which I'm excited to see. Honestly, they were very quiet for a very long time, and I honestly thought that they disappeared. But this is going to be the last time that I utilize the Cashmere Exchange before the mainnet. Hopefully we will be rewarded heavily. I did kind of farm this airdrop heavily back in the past, so I'm hoping that we've got a little bit of a head start. Like I said, if you are completely new, don't you worry. We will show you how to get yourself some points to qualify for the airdrop. So we can see here, the Cashmere public devnet is live, and this was mentioned on the 14th of July. We can see the applications X, Y, and Z. Instant, one-click, zero slippage, starting with Ethereum, AVAX, Sui Network, Aptos, Solana, and Circle. Circle is of course the USDC stablecoin. Nonetheless, down below you can see exactly what we need to do in order to get started. Prepare your wallets to Ethereum, Sepolia, Avalanche, Fuji, Aptos, and Sui testnet, Solana devnet. These are all test networks of which we can use completely for free. Create your CSM domain, get funds from full sets, lock NFTs to get multipliers, transfer with zero slippage between chains instantly, no quests, use if you want. They'll be launching the mainnet app shortly after DevNet phase, which we are in right now. During the DevNet phase, we will be completing audits. So that's good news, guys. We could very well be a few weeks away from the Cashmere mainnet, so therefore we want to get started as soon as possible in order to qualify for the airdrop. Therefore, once you're ready, guys, we're going to very simply open up the application. Once we're here, guys, you're going to be able to see that we need to get ourselves logged in. And of course, you can use a burner wallet if you feel more comfortable. And that goes the same with any network that you may be using. Next, once you've got yourselves logged in, we're going to want to head up to the top where we see the points section. Here, we're going to need to create a profile, which we can see we can do right here. Next, you just need to create a username. So for example, mine could be Hi Crypto Guy. If you have a referral code, then by all means put one. If you haven't, then no worries. I'm going to give you my one. And if you want to use it, that's entirely up to you. I'd appreciate it if you do, and no worries if you don't. However, I'm going to very simply continue. As you can see, we have now got ourselves 0 points. Now, I should have had points back in the day. However, it must be completely new points of which we are now going to earn. And therefore, it's going to be completely free. And as you can see, guys, we now have 0 points. We've got 0 NFTs staked. We've got a multiplier of 1, and we are ranked 4,658th. That tells you pretty much how under the radar this airdrop is. And there are not that many people utilizing this airdrop. Now, what I will tell you is, after scouting the Discord, is that they have apparently got planned 10% supply of the tokens for those who have got NFTs, and I'll show you that in a second, which we've got this multiplier and NFT section here, and we've got 1% allocated for the token swappers, so for those who are swapping in this section on the test networks. Now, if you don't have any testnet tokens, guys, no worries, because up in the top you can check out the full sets for every single token that you'll need, of which you can do yourself, and I'm not going to go through that because you should already have some testnet tokens, and if you don't, they're all provided for you here. Nonetheless, guys, we now want to start earning ourselves some points. We can see there's 6,300 users all in all, with only 104,000 transactions. So it could very well be a good airdrop with a small amount of users. However, my friends, let's get started, and let's first head over to the NFT section. So up in this locking section, guys, you'll see whether or not you've got NFTs, and you'll probably know if you do already because you would have already used their protocol a couple years ago. Just like myself, guys, you can now see that I've got the Cashmere Testnet Early Go NFT on Ethereum, and I've also got it on Optimism. And what I do know is, guys, is that each NFT will have points, and therefore the Optimism one will give you more points, whereas the Ethereum one won't give you as many points. Nonetheless, if you have got these NFTs, guys, you probably don't have these NFTs if you're brand new. All you need to do is, if of course you want to do this, is lock them up in order to earn some points. So I'm just going to lock up both NFTs. As you can see, it is officially confirmed, and we just need to wait for it to load up. So if we give the page a refresh, we can see that it is locked here, and we have got it locked in the NFT section. So we can do the same same with the NFT on Optimism, if of course you want to do so. It's entirely up to you if of course you've got these NFTs and you want to do it. And voila, both of them are now officially locked up. So you can only see that by locking them up, you earn points. You can see already we've generated 2 points almost just by having our NFTs, ideally earning us passive points. Fantastic. What's next? Well, from here, my friends, we now want to head over to the swapping section. And this is where it's going to be completable for every single person. And whether or not you're able to use the Aptos network, the Solana network, Avalanche, Ethereum, or whatever it may be, you can use these networks in order to shift different testnet tokens. So if you haven't got any testnet tokens, like I said earlier, you can head over to the full set and check out any of these full sets to get any of these tokens. Nonetheless, if you have got any, for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Ethereum up top. You can see I've already got 496 USDC tokens here, and down below we're now going to choose our token, of which I'm just going to choose Avalanche as our first example. Therefore, once you're ready, guys, as you can see, I've got 0 tokens on the Avalanche network of USDC testnet tokens. Down below we're going to see all of the options. So first, all you want to do is choose an amount that you want to bridge over. It could be 80, it could be 50, it could be 1 USDC testnet tokens. It's entirely up to you, but let's just say I did 80 USDC. Here down below you can see the relayer fee could either be in native, which will be Ethereum tokens, or you can even filter it down to USDC tokens, of which then could be paid as a stable coin instead. The choice is entirely yours, guys, but I'm just going to go with the native. Down below you'll see all of the fees, and you'll see how many points you're going to earn depending on how much of course you are bridging over. If it was, for example, 808 testnet USDC, you'd get 4,000 points. But let's just say, for example, we did, I don't know, the 80 just to get started. You're going to get 400 points and I'm going to swap it. Boom. Next, once that's done, my friends, you will see that you will get the 400 points. Of course, you will just head over to your points section and eventually you will see your points accumulated. It might take a few minutes or a few seconds to upload, or even a few hours or days. However, be patient and eventually you'll see your points. Here, you're going to see the previous testnet. For some reason, it comes up as 0 when I did know 100% of course that I transacted. That is unusual, but maybe I'll have to, of course, go into the Discord and ask some questions. Nonetheless, we've also got 0 points in the NFT section here so far, and we've got 0 swap points, but I'm assuming this little section is about to update. However, all you're going to want to do is, guys, swap between different networks, of course, whichever networks that you have set up. For example, you could use Referral just like I am up here for Aptos. So all I would do is select Aptos. I'm going to choose my wallet, of which is going to be Aptos down here. I'm using Petra. Once we're in, as we can see, we've got 0 testnet tokens. So we go up to the full set, get to the Aptos full set, and then boom, you would get tokens and then just swap between different networks. Or guys, if you wanted to, you could switch between, I don't know, Avalanche, Fuji, which you've got this 80 USDC over here, and you could bridge it directly over to Aptos. The choice is entirely yours, guys. It's that easy, it's that simple, and you can just earn points completely for free just by completing testnet swaps and just doing it over and over again. It's entirely up to you, but friends, all you would do is just keep swapping, building up those transactions, building up that volume to, of course, get as much points as possible. Once you've done that, as you can see, we've got 6,624 points now. It's completely updated. I've got my testnet points from the previous testnet, which was 2,912. Not much at all considering how easy it is to get points. However, we can see these swap points over here. Unfortunately, for some reason, the NFT points haven't updated, but maybe, of course, we just have to wait. We can see how much I've earned here, 21.82. I'm sure this will probably be separate to the other bunch, like they said. Nonetheless, guys, you know exactly how to qualify. You can see that there are only 6,327 users with only 104,000 transactions. Honestly, guys, you could very simply just rinse and repeat this process and get as big as an airdrop as possible. There seems to be roughly 11% for the supply. I don't know whether or not this is going to be a big airdrop or whether or not it's just going to be dust. What I do know is that they're also backed by Binance Labs, which I don't know whether or not is a bad thing, unfortunately. However, my friends, hopefully we don't give too much of a distribution to VCs, and hopefully not the Binance launch pool, whatever they call it. I don't want to see a big token supply going to those users. I want to see a bigger token supply going to everyone who is using the Cashmere testnet and for those who were here a couple of years ago. We deserve the biggest airdrop for those who have been here since the last couple years or last few years. Honestly, you can't just leave your community in the dust and then reward them with dust. So hopefully, guys, they don't do that. Hopefully it is a nice community airdrop and community focused, and hopefully we see a nice future for the Cashmere Exchange. I'm not saying this is going to be a good one, guys. Honestly, I think this is just going to be a smallish airdrop. Maybe I could be completely wrong. But let's see. For now, you know exactly how to qualify. It's completely free and just takes up a little bit of your time. It's entirely up to you how big of an airdrop you want to get. It depends on how much you can swap and if of course you've got yourself those NFTs. But friends, thank you so much for tuning in once again. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to see any other crypto airdrop tutorials or reviews or anything else regarding crypto, whether that's technical analysis or anything whatsoever, let us know in the comment section down below. Also, I know the light behind me isn't working now. This cheap little bit of rubbish light has stopped working, which is really annoying. So yes, if you've noticed that, my light isn't working. But friends, thank you so much once again. We appreciate every single one of you who tunes in, and we'll see you in the next video.